Well, finally, very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for joining the stream. We've had some technical issues with the microphone, some major feedback and electrical interference going on, so finally we're broadcasting live. We're on twitch.tv. You're with Tim's Pilot, Jetstream TV, and welcome back to the live stream once again. Okay, so without further ado, today's flight, we are on the ground at Lima Mike Lima, that's Luqa in the island of Malta in the Mediterranean, and we're going to be heading northeast today, flying up to Malesi Machi. Are you familiar with the airport? It's Bari on the southeastern coast of Italy, Lima, India, Bravo, Delta. Flight time today, just over an hour, about an hour and 7 minutes. We'll see what we can do en route to shave some time off that. We are in the Boeing 737 MAX today, KLM. There we are on the ground at Malta. Quite hazy, some cloud around. But yeah, a very lovely day once we get up there. Very interesting route. We're going to be flying over Sicily and heading up towards Palermo Airport and then tracking back to the east. I'll let you know a little bit more about the route on the way. Let's just get into the aircraft now and get things configured for departure. Bear with me. Get rid of that caution, not required. And first things first, sort them rudder pedals out. We will initially head to 10,000, that's all good. We'll go up to 250 knots. 250 knots, and we'll turn flight director is on, auto throttle we will arm, VS mode we'll set to 2,500 feet, as we do, pretty standard for the climb out. I think we're pretty much covered on everything else right now. Let's just go down to the FMC. Oh, is that the... Oh, yes, that's the internal light, isn't it? That's where it is. I've always wondered where that is. I'll have that up a bit. That's that. Why not? Okay, so, without further ado, there's the FMC. Sorry, bear with. 390 today on the flight level, that's fine. Init ref, all good. RT8 departure arrival fixed. Let's check the legs page. Okay, so there's our departure. We are on a Gozo 3 Delta from runway 31 today. Let's just skip through the legs. There's a few custom waypoints that take us over some interesting places in Sicily and southern Italy. Top no is the arrival. As you can see there, it's Toppen 3 Charlie, and expecting the ILS runway, it's 07 down at Bari. Okay, that's good. There's no flight discontinuity in there. We are pretty much ready to go as far as I'm concerned. Always seems to be an issue with the first waypoint here. Let's just change the PFD now. Change that view so we've got full thing, and we will also change the EFIS range or the ND range. Well, we can see our track much better with the first few waypoints up to Gozo for the departure there. Okay, 5 minutes into the stream. Thanks so much indeed again for joining us here at Jetstream TV. We are pretty much configured now. We'll just check on the lights and then we're ready to go. So landing lights are on. Taxi lights are on, and we will have the logo lights, strobe lights on, nav lights on, beacon lights on, wing lights on, and dome light is off for now. That's okay, that's all well and good. Seatbelts are on, no smoking signs are on. We are ready for departure, ladies and gentlemen. Wing view, right wing view, and the cockpit. 3, 2, 1, ready to go. Throttle's coming up. Stabilised. And parking brake disconnected. Rolling.
V1.
80 knots. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. As we depart Gozo, quite hazy today. It's a positive rate, we'll just throttle back. 75% N1, 70% N1. That's all good. Get the autopilot in. Autopilot A set to command, LNAV selected. Vertical speed is on. Make sure we're climbing nicely, that's all good. And the flaps are in now. As oh, it's very misty, isn't it, over Malta at the moment? And now we'll get our speed in. IAS on. Increase that to about 270. Climbing up to 390 today, going up to 10 initially. We'll just increase the altitude ever so slightly, and we'll take that up to 19,000 for our departure. Transition is normally around about that. And there we are as we depart Malta now, tracking over the centre of the island. There's Valletta down to the left hand side. We'll have a screenshot there, that looks rather nice, possible for the thumbnail for YouTube. Another screenshot there, why not? Okay, let's see how we're getting on. So 19,000 feet is set and running. We need to activate the VS mode again. because that's gone on to out hold for some reason, and we want to be climbing at 2,500 feet. That'll do us. Yeah, 10,000 feet now. We'll increase the speed. It's 190. That's fine. And we are direct Durka now at 21 nautical miles inbound. Current local time is just coming up to 10:30 here in Malta. A nice tailwind of 25 knots at 207 and a ground speed of 369 miles per hour. All good on the departure here from Malta, Gozo. Just let the people have a mooch round. Where are the switches? I can't find them now. There we go. Seatbelt signs are off. Let the passengers have a walk round as we're past 10,000 feet now. That's normally when we release everybody so they can get up out of the chairs. Obviously we do recommend that while seating, please have your seat belts fastened in case we hit any unknown or unexpected turbulence, I should say, because the amount of injuries that take place on aircraft with turbulence when passengers don't have the seat belt fastened. So please listen to the safety instruction every time you get on an aircraft. So climbing up through the levels now as we head north over the Mediterranean Sea. We're just coming up to southern coast of Sicily very soon. You can just see that off in the distance. Still quite a lot of cloud around in the area of southern Italy this time of year. I'm quite surprised, but it may clear up on the east coast as we make our descent down to Bari. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines are part of the Sky team, along with Air France. They are partnered today. And the southern coast of Sicily coming up quite rapido. We just had clearance through from ATC now for flight level 390, so we'll increase our altitude and head up to the cruise. .390 is set and running. Still climbing 2,500 feet per minute. Increase our speed to 310 knots now. Just watch them thrust levers come up a little bit on the autopilot. Speed is set. Auto throttle engaged, flight director is on, just double checking the autopilot. The landing lights can come off now, and the taxi lights, and we'll put them back on for our arrival into Bari. And there is the south coast of Sicily, guys and girls. I don't know what's going on with the texturing on the nose of the aircraft there. That doesn't look very good, does it? got an FMC view for this? I don't think we have we? No, we haven't. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new view for 0, because it's always handy to have a view with most of the things that you utilise and use. Bear with. Look at that. So if we can get a view integrated with the FMC and the PFD and this, that's actually quite a nice view there. We fit it all in just about. That should do us. Save that off as view 0, because it always comes in handy to have a nice view. We'll just check that. Cockpit view as we reach the southern coast of Sicily, perfect. And our new view with all of the information that we need. On reaching Nelda, 4 nautical miles inbound, just after 10:30 in the morning here in southern Italy, as we make our left turn now. A few custom waypoints across Sicily to Palermo. We'll just track that now. Couple of deviations to get us up to the cruise of 390, so we can be in the cruise for the optimum length of time to give us the most efficiency for the aircraft and the fuel intake. Wonderful clear day now that we've left Malta. So we finished our departure, the Gozo 3 Delta. We departed 3-1 from Malta. The airport at Malta is at Luqa, for your information. In the stream and now flying 18 minutes at Jetstream TV on YouTube, twitch.tv live, and Tim's a pilot. That's who you're with today. Thank you so much indeed for your company. Leaving that cloud behind over the Mediterranean Sea that was draped over Malta on our departure. Very misty when we left, but clearing up nicely now as we go up through the levels, climbing up to flight level 390. Passing 19,000 now, and that's the what we've set for the cruise. We need to go back onto the VS here very quickly and modify that. 390, VS engaged again, and we'll go up at 2,500 feet per minute. There's the altitude increasing. All well and good. Next custom waypoint is 46 nautical miles away. 40 knot wind coming from left to right across the nose now, and you can see that the ground speed is just increasing, so it's kind of helping us a little bit. We're at 395 miles per hour now, passing 20,000 feet, tracking 276. And there is the southern coast of Sicily off to our right hand side. Been having some real problems with the headset and the microphone here on the Xbox Series X. Lots of crackling, lots of feedback. Took me maybe 10-15 minutes just to get the microphone working properly before the live stream today. So I don't know whether I need to invest in a new microphone or whether it's the actual socket on the controller. But with some persistence, it's paid off, and we've got a nice clear audio stream today. Not that familiar with Sicily. This is the south coast. Could anybody tell me what that port is down there beneath us? Let's have a quick look down there. Please leave your comments as to where that is. I'd be most grateful. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything. It really does help us out. It just gets us moved up, it gets us seen more on YouTube, it improves the algorithm, it gets us more views. Obviously that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I'm creating this content because I enjoy doing this, and I like to share it with people, and the more people that can see that, obviously I'm doing something right. So if you could help, it doesn't cost a thing. Just hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Channel is Jetstream TV. If you just search Jetstream, all one word, TV, and then channel, you'll find us, and hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And it's always wonderful to read your comments and your feedback on the flights as well, so keep them comments coming in. It is much appreciated, and very, very glad that you join me on these journeys, and you come along for the ride. So thank you so much. Okay, we're going to be making a right hand turn very soon, I would say, tracking north towards Palermo. In fact, we could even shorten this track. Should we just take a quick look at the FMC? A couple of custom waypoints there. We could get rid of one of them and go direct to our next waypoint, like so. Hit execute. That will give us a right hand turn the minute I hit execute. So 3, 2, 1. Now, execute, and there is our right turn. Yeah, swerving that custom waypoint and going on to the next one. 101 nautical miles inbound. Oh, that actually takes us right out of the plane. That's interesting, isn't it? Just going to reposition this cockpit view, guys. Bear with. Maybe a more central view might look nicer. Isn't it? That's a lovely view. Right, we'll have that. Cheers. That's position 9 on the cam. That's saved and locked. Much better. Maybe even move it over a little bit to the left. Oh, that's even better. Windscreen wiper in view. That's lovely. Cheers. Yeah, we'll have that. 0. That's going on view 9. Locked. Just check that. Back to the PFD and back to view locked view on view 9. Oh, the sun's even catching the edge of the windscreen there. Delicious as we fly over Sicily now. Tracking to the north. Just checked the map for the first time on the view today. And there we are over Sicily. Oh, we've got a lot of traffic over to the right hand side. You can see our route there. There is Palermo off to the northwest. We're now tracking directly over the top of the island. Is this Mount Vesuvius? Could well be, guys. So we could have a great view of the volcano on Sicily here in the next 10 minutes or so. So please do not leave the stream. Stay with us. as we track north-east now towards Mount Vesuvius, and passing very close by to Calabria in the south of Italy, right at the end of the toe of the Italian boot, as they say. There is Vesuvius in the distance, a lot of weather, some cloud shrouding the mountain top there. You can see the volcano here in Sicily. Oh, I'm even making a slight right hand adjustment on the autopilot here now, taking us directly to the volcano. Wonderful views here this morning. What a beautiful flight this is. 26 minutes into the stream, you're with Tim's a Pilot, live from the UK, twitch.tv, and of course the content on YouTube at Jetstream TV. Great to see you over there as well. And the engine's coming back now, you can just hear that, so it's looking like we're at 390. We'll just check that. As we head northeast now, just check the flight level. Yeah, 390 in the cruise, 250 knots. With a lovely 40 knot tailwind at 230. On ground speed coming up to 500 miles per hour. Current local time is 10:51, 10 minutes to 11. And we're 70 nautical miles inbound to our next waypoint as we fly towards Mount Vesuvius on the northeastern coast of Sicily. We'll go onto the nose cam as we get closer to Vesuvius, and we'll have a little scan round, which we can do, which is always rather lovely. It just lets you zoom in and get a little bit more detail on the terrain that we're passing here in the aircraft. Just enjoying the views here, guys, just relaxing in the captain's seat. As we get closer to Mount Vesuvius now. Not going directly over the top, just in case there is any ash or dust being thrown out by the volcano, which almost caused an air traffic disaster many years ago with a British Airways flight over Japan, where a volcano had erupted, and even in the cruise at nearly 40,000 feet, the particles from the volcano jammed into the engines and had double engine failure. And on the third or fourth attempt of restarting the engines, once they got clear of the volcanic ash, they actually managed to restart both engines and successfully land the aircraft and save all of the people. But that was very touch and go, so most of our tracks and flight plans will take us away from volcanoes for that very reason. quite lucky on the route today to have such an incredible view up close of Mount Vesuvius, as we have the nose of the aircraft now, just off down to the right hand side. There is the nose of the aircraft, guys, just using the camera here to get some leverage on a nice view. There is the volcano known as Mount Vesuvius in Sicily. I think we'll have a screenshot of that because that's very, very nice indeed. Lovely. Sightseeing and taking photographs en route as well, guys. We've got it all here for you at Jetstream TV. And there's the volcano, zoomed in as far as we can get, so you can get a lovely view of that as we pass by. Looks like the surface of the moon. Have you seen all the little craters down towards the beginning of the volcano there? Feel where little mini eruptions have come to the surface by the looks of things. Some cloud there shrouding the top of the volcano, but you can actually see the caldera, which is the hole at the top of the volcano. That's what they call it, the caldera. And very smoky. Is that dark black cloud you can see over the top, or is that my eyesight? Texturing is just improving as we come closer now. That's showing us the actual top of the volcano. Well, there it is, guys, Mount Vesuvius in all its glory as we continue on our northeasterly track heading to Bari. Vesuvius, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much indeed. And there we are now, guys. Leaving Sicily behind very shortly. There is the mountain. There is Vesuvius. We'll have a screenshot of that as well. Rather lovely, wouldn't you say? Perhaps we get a nice aerial shot with Vesuvius in the background. That's actually delicious. Look at that. Lovely. Isn't that nice? Yeah, we'll have that. Very nice as a thumbnail. Wouldn't you agree? I'll have one of that as well, because that's equally as nice here in the cruise. Currently at 390, you can see the coast of Sicily there just off the nose as we head toward the toe of the Italian boot, right at the very southwesterly tip of Italy, coming up now as we're continuing to track northeast on our flight to Bari today. 35 minutes into the live stream and the flight today. Thank you so much indeed for coming along for the ride with us here at Jetstream TV. It really is appreciated. Right, we're going to have to start looking at the descent very soon. 390. Just check the map and check a few things over. And there we are, Mount Vesuvius, leaving it behind. There's Calabria Airport, and then we will check our nautical miles on the distance. So we've still got a fair way to run into Bari. Just going to click on the airport itself and check the height above sea level, which is something we always do to get our descent configured correctly. 143 feet, so that's fine. It's pretty much at sea level, so that gives me everything I need to know for the arrival down into Malaysia Machi Airport at Bari. Okay, so let's just check the FMC now, see what that's telling us for our descent. Oh, a nice left-hand turn there. Oh, with the sun, we'll have that. Sun glistening. We'll have a screenshot of the turn. The sun glistening on the nose of the aircraft. Very beautiful stuff. Another screenshot, lovely. Yeah, we've got a few screenshots to choose from here, guys, for the YouTube video. Very, very clear, beautiful day over the Mediterranean Sea now. Look at that, just a bit of cloud dotted about here and there. Again, very beautiful. Okay, so FMC, without further ado. .390 at custom. The next custom waypoint is saying that we need to be at 17,500. So if we zoom out on the PFD, so we go to the ND range, select that, our next custom waypoint. So the second custom waypoint here, around about 120 nautical miles away, we need to be at 17,000 feet. So probably begin our descent very shortly, to be honest. So in fact we'll begin it now. We're going to come down to 17,500 as it says for that custom waypoint. So the descent is beginning now. Let's just scroll that back on the altitude. 17.5 is set and DS mode selected and running. Descending initially at 1,500 feet per minute, should we say? We'll go with 2,000 feet. So descending 2,000 feet per minute now. Check that, 17,750, that's fine. For the second custom waypoint we come to. We should be doing 300 knots as well when we get there, but we'll monitor all of this on the way down. That's all well and good. They're descending through 37,000 feet now for 17,500, tracking 037, 28 nautical miles inbound to the next waypoint. Currently coming up to 11 o'clock local time in the morning here on this beautiful day in the southern Mediterranean. The 46 knot tailwind on the back of the aircraft and tracking 229 on the wind. All good as we descend towards Bari, ladies and gentlemen. There is the beautiful view off the nose of the aircraft. We gently descend to 17,500 feet. Right, I'm just going to step away from the aircraft for 2 minutes. Just going to get a snack, leave you with that lovely ASMR view off the nose. Make a fresh coffee. I'll be back with you in a few minutes to check on our descent profile. Thanks again, guys. And back in the cockpit. Thank you so much indeed for your patience as we track northeasterly now towards Bari in the descent. Just going to increase the ND range there so we can see, or decrease the ND range I should say, so we can see more of our approach. Yeah, that's where we are. So we'll keep it there for now. We need to be at 17,000 feet by the time we reach the next waypoint, which is looking good at the moment with 2,000 feet per minute on the descent. Just eating breakfast, guys, here before I actually head off for the real day job. So if you hear some rude noises down the microphone, it's because I'm eating some porridge with mixed summer fruits. Great way to start the day. Slow burning protein, and yeah, gets your day started. Nice little natural sugar kick off the various berries and stuff that I have in the porridge, and a nice black coffee with honey. Great stuff. Great way to kickstart your day. Just a little tip there from Tim's a pilot. Delicious. So there is the view off the right hand side of the aircraft now. Very nice day, just some scattered low level cloud, nothing to worry about. Winds are quite high up here as we're coming down from the cruise level, but I would imagine that they aren't too bad down at sea level. We'll keep our eye on the winds on our way in. Interested to see where the sun is in relation to the aircraft, so we just check. It's directly above. Well, it should be. But what we'll do is we'll get some glisten on the lakes off to the right hand side, and we'll see the sun reflected in the lake coming up off to the right. So if we look at the lake now, just in front of the engine, that hopefully will reflect the sun in the sky above, give us like a nice silvery mirrored shimmer, unless I'm very much mistaken, which I could well be. But I love that in this simulator, when you get like that mirrored reflection of the sun in the lakes and rivers down below. Such a lovely touch that they've put into the simulator. Any kind of shimmer going on there. I did see a flash a few moments ago and I thought that's what it was, maybe off a small lake or body of water, but no, not today. No shimmers going on. Might be if we look over the other side of the aircraft. All depends on the position of the sun in the sky. Keep it at 17,500 for a while. Let's just check the FMC so we see where we need to be next. Okay, so on reaching top now, we need to be at 6,500, which is our next waypoint. So at this waypoint we are currently reaching at 35 nautical miles away. We need to be at 17,500, and if you check to the left now, It's just rolling back from 18,000 to 17,500. Absolutely pristine on the descent profile today. Current time 10 past 11 in the morning. As we are descending into Bari, let's check the main map, see how we're doing there. Yeah, 15 nautical miles there now, and you can see our track into Bari with a slight left hand turn to Topno. So currently 30 nautical miles away now from our next custom waypoint left hand turn. We'll be making a turn more or less due north to Topno, and then that is our arrival there into Bari today. Toppen 3 Charlie for the ILS runway of 07. Now there is some air traffic around that you can see on the map there. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that so there's no conflicts on the way in. But at the moment the descent profile is going very nicely. On reaching the next waypoint, we're going to be descending to 6,500 feet where we need to be by Topno. So that's just keeping you informed of the things that we have to do here in the cockpit to get us down to the levels that we need to be at to avoid other traffic, other flight patterns, and of course any terrain that we may have on the way down into Bari. Beautiful views off the nose of the aircraft, guys, as I continue to eat my porridge. Must apologise. Rather a lovely view, wouldn't you say? Beautiful. Apologies for the chewing, guys. I've got to eat food. But I have to keep the mic live as well because the microphone's been playing up lately and I don't need that weird electrical feedback noise just because I'm eating porridge, so please bear with. 52 minutes into the stream now here as we look at the beautiful mountains in southern Italy descending towards Bari. You're with Tim's a Pilot, streaming live from the UK, twitch.tv and the Jetstream TV on YouTube. It did say around about an hour and 7 minutes today, so we're looking pretty much bang on with 8 minutes to run to the hour mark, so probably looking around about 20 minutes now before we land. So I'll be getting the seatbelt signs on very soon and speaking to the cabin crew, getting them all set and ready for our arrival. As soon as we make this left hand turn, I'm going to begin the descent down to 6,500 feet. Just enjoying the views here in southern Italy. And there is our left hand turn now, direct Topno for the arrival on the Toppen 3 Charlie. And let's get the descent configured for 6,500 feet. (6,500 feet) selected, VS mode engaged. and we'll come down at 2,500 feet per minute. That should get us there nicely for top low. 52 nautical miles inbound. That should get us down to 6,000 feet adequately for the arrival for top low. Perfect. Autopilot's doing its thing. Let's enjoy the views as we descend even closer to Bari, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that's letting this view down, because it does look probably very real world and realistic, is the dodgy texturing on the nose of the aircraft. You can see the pixelation just under the windscreen wiper there on the left hand side of the windshield. Really not good. It could be much better, because the simulator is more than capable of dealing with better than that. That texturing is just isn't good enough. And I can say that with a lot of experience, spending 10 years in the computer games industry as not only a 3D artist, game designer and a games tester. That kind of pixelation in this day and age, with the technology, the processing speed that we've got, etc., is pretty much substandard. And I'm quite sure you'd all agree with me out there, guys. I'm referring to this, if you can see the mouse pointer here on the dashboard, this pixelation here. But hey ho, I'm not one to moan. Look at the beautiful scenery here in southern Italy as we descend down to Bari. Very nice indeed. Just finishing off the porridge, guys, that's all good. We won't have any scoffing sounds down the microphone for the rest of the flight now, which is always a bonus. You might have a little bit of slurping sound instead as I drink my coffee, black coffee with honey. So we'll check the FMC now quickly and see what the altitude restrictions are for the other waypoints on the way in. 11,000 feet now. Coming down to 6,500, which is perfect. 34 nautical miles inbound top now, so we can decrease our rate of descent ever so slightly now, as we don't need to be coming down that quickly. And we'll modify that and bring that down to 1,750 feet for the descent. Coming through 10,000, that's going to slow the descent rate down slightly. 10,000 feet now, so we will get the seatbelt signs on. Okay. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Cabin crew, 10 minutes, thank you. As we're coming up to the hour mark on the stream now, thank you very much indeed for your company here at Jetstream TV. Tim's a pilot, twitch.tv live from the UK. Currently flying from Malta to Bari in southern Italy, as we descend to 6,500 feet on the top and 3 Charlie arrival for Bari, ILS runway 07. Right, FMC. So we need to be at 4,000 feet by 15 Bari. That's okay. That's all good. Let's zoom in on the ND range quickly. Yeah, so we make a right hand turn at the decel point here at Toppen, and then it's a direct track straight into Bari. As you can see here on the map, That's at the 150-mile range. And at the 50-mile range, which basically we're really not much further away than that now, so a right hand turn at top no, and heading directly down the track for ILS 07 at Bari. Absolutely perfect, wonderful approach. And it's a nice clear day. There is some clouds around, but I'll descend the aircraft at my own free will to avoid any high ground on the way in, and we'll bring it down to 3,000 feet and then finally down to 2,500 for the final approach, which will fly manually and disengage the autopilot, even though the ILS for 07 has been configured. No speed restriction today below 10,000 feet in this part of Italy, so that's all good. We're still at 310 knots, which is going to get us into Bari slightly ahead of schedule. Should I say schedule, being English. Really not that far away at all, guys, now, so we're going to have to configure the aircraft for our arrival in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Cabin crew have been told. Passengers are sat down with the seat belts on and all ready for the landing. I hope you are too, ladies and gents, and thanks again for your company. Exactly 1 hour into the flight now as we make our final descent to Bari. I did say estimated 1 hour and 7 minutes. So that's looking pretty much bang on the money. Six minutes to run. Let's see if it's at the 67-minute stage on the stream when we land. Six nautical miles inbound. We are at 6,500 feet, absolutely perfect, and then we'll continue our descent now. We'll go to 3,000 initially. PS mode selected just before our right hand turn, and we'll bring ourselves down at 1,500 feet per minute. In fact, we'll take it down to 2,500, and then we don't need to mess around with the altitude anymore. What we will do is slow the aircraft down now. To 250 knots initially, and then we'll slow it even further as we get closer to the airport. Everything is configured, descending nicely. 5,300 feet for 2,500 feet, and the speed clawing back from 300 knots to 250 as the sun catches the windshield here on our arrival into Bari.
$2,500.
2,500 feet checked. And that warning that you've just heard there, even though we're at 5,000 feet, means that the terrain has come up to around about 2,000 beneath us. So that's saying that we're 2,500 feet from the terrain that's directly beneath the aircraft, not based on the sea level reading. So there is some high ground on the way in, that's why it was estimated for 4,000 feet, so we'll keep our eye on that as we're slowly descending to 2,500. Not getting too low, and as we head out toward the coast you can see there, so we should avoid any high ground, but we should be coming quite low to the ground on certain parts of this final descent. Some wonderful views of the rural landscape here around Bari on the way in, very nice indeed. I'm just going to check the descent. We're at 3,000 there, 2,500 we'll get away with, I think. Yeah, we'll be okay at 2,500 feet. Cabin crew positions for landing please, seats for landing, thank you very much. We'll slow the aircraft. Now to 170 knots. And we get some flaps in. Flaps 1, 5 and 10. Give us some speed brakes there just to help us slow down a little bit for the arrival. Gears coming down. Get the remainder of those flaps in. Well, that's us fully configured for the arrival into Bari, ladies and gentlemen. And we have one aircraft en route which is just about to land, one just departed the runway. And we are approximately 15 nautical miles from touchdown. So what I'm going to use for a visual reference to find the airfield visually, you can see on the map here now, we can see this estuary that runs in from the ocean, and that is going to pretty much intersect with our track down towards Bravo Alpha Papa 08, and I'll keep my eye out for that visual reference of the estuary on the right, and then I know we're on the right track for the runway. We've got a very nice clear day here in Bari for our arrival. Got some cloud over the airport by the looks of things here. Lots of forest and woodland down there. What a wonderful part of the world. That'd be awesome to go on some kind of wild camping adventure in this part of the world. Somewhere I need to go as well is a place called Matera. It's featured in the James Bond film. It's also where they filmed, where Mel Gibson filmed The Passion of the Christ, which was supposed to represent Jerusalem. Absolutely beautiful, breathtaking village in southern Italy, but you need to fly into either Brindisi or Bari for it, and then you're around about an hour to an hour and a half's commute away to get to Matera. But that is definitely on the to-do list. Maybe this summer, possibly next. And there is the main city of Bari, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be flying over the top of that now on our descent, and there is the runway visual. You can see it off to the left hand side. So I think I'm going to hand fly the aircraft now, guys. I'm just going to take the autopilot out. So autopilot is coming out. I have control, auto throttle disengaged, and we're flying visually now on the approach. And there is the city of Bari, ladies and gentlemen. Just bring the nose of the aircraft up here now, get a feel for it. That's all good. We need to keep our descent profile as was. Yep, there's the autopilot out. We've got a subtle left to right wind here. You can see the nose of the aircraft off to the right hand side slightly, tracking the runway profile. Yeah, there's quite a severe crosswind, to be honest.
$1,000.
1,000 feet checked. Some speed brakes in just to assist. Yeah, we have a bit of a crosswind here now. We'll be okay. Just hoping them clouds move slightly so that them shadows on the runway can just move and we get a lovely approach here. Speed brakes coming off. And I'm struggling to turn it right here. That guy's just playing with the rudder a little bit. That's fine, all good. Temp profile is looking nice. 400 feet checked.
300. 200.
Checked. Bit windy here, blustery guys coming down. Little adjustments. 100 feet checked.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And on the ground at Bari, ladies and gentlemen, a bit bumpy, a little bit windy, but we're okay with we'll get the brakes in. And there we are, excellent stuff. Welcome to Bari in southern Italy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for flying Jetstream TV. Slowing the aircraft nicely now. The gate's off to our right hand side and vacating to the next right taxiway. 3 minutes over schedule there, guys, for the arrival today. Not the end of the world. I'm not too sure where the gate is here, so we'll just visually we'll have a look for the guy with his hands up, waving his hands around. And again, we'll just take an appropriate available parking space by the terminal building. For some reason the throttle stopped working. What's that about? Not too sure, but them speed brakes can come out and so can them flaps. Don't understand why the throttle stopped working. What's going on there? Why isn't the throttle working? Don't tell me we're out of juice. Not run out of fuel, have we, on the taxi? Anyway, not to worry, guys. Maybe we should leave it there with the stream being 72 minutes from the flight deck here on the ground at Bari. Bit of a technical issue with the thrusters. We will do what we need to do, speak to the company and call out the engineers here on the ground at Bari, and maybe just get us a tug to get us to the terminal building. So from myself, Tim's a pilot at twitch.tv live from the UK and Jetstream TV, we'll sign off from this flight. Thanks very much indeed for your company, and we'll see you on the next one. Look after yourselves and take care.